talk today a little bit about least to most prompting. Now, Missy, go into a little bit more about it.
Okay, so least to most prompting. A common example of least to most prompting, you would start with a gestural prompt. So that's not saying anything, not physically putting hands on them, just kind of pointing to the item, or if the demand was, so let's say, open the door, you could point to the door. Next, you would typically have a verbal prompt, which is you telling them what to do. So it could be to open the door. And then lastly would be a physical prompt, which that would be hand over hand, either having them actually turn the doorknob to open the door, or kind of physically prompting them to the door. And with that too, you can always do a partial prompt, so it doesn't have to be a full prompt. So for example, if I want to have Bajan pick up the eraser, so I would start with the gestural. So first the demand, pick up the eraser. Well, he did it on independently, so that's great. I don't have to prompt him at all. But if I did have to prompt, so a gestural prompt would be, and he picks it up. Yay! Good job, Bajan. Here's an M&M. But if you didn't comply with that, then the next would be, pick up the eraser. So once again, you would restate the demand, typically in a neutral tone, because you don't want to give too much praise or attention for that, because he was not compliant to begin with. And then lastly, if I wanted to do a full physical prompt, so gestural didn't work, verbal didn't work, so that would be hand over hand. That's how we pick up the eraser. But in that instance, if you want to do a partial prompt, that could be simply like 2 fingers at the wrist, more of a guiding him to do it. And then with a partial verbal, that could be pick, just saying half of the demand, not really the whole one. But typically you would save the partial verbal prompts for a verbal response versus a physical compliance demand.
No, you're okay. So just to let you know, I played a little hardball with Missy over here. I gave her a hard time at the beginning, but that is definitely how you do from least to most prompting. She explained it very well today. Yeah. Is there any other examples you could give us?
Well, hand washing seems to be a big fad right now, which is always a fad, especially now, getting a lot of attention. So like with hand washing, you may want to use least to most prompting. If you have a kiddo who does know how to wash their hands, they can do it, but they might do the whole thing in 7 seconds. Which really they recommend you do it for at least 20 seconds. So with that, you kind of redirect them and do that least to most prompting to have them wash their hands for the amount of time that you want them to do it.
Well, Missy, I think you did an excellent job explaining least to most prompting. It's been a pleasure having you on today. Guys, we don't have Melanie, as you can see. But tune into our next episode. If you have any more questions, please refer to your behavior analyst.
Thank you.